This is R.d.sharma solution. We are taking chapter 19, exercise 19.25 of class 12th indefinite integrals. Now we have sine cube root x dx. There are two things which we have to understand here. We have to deal with the root x and the cube of sine. So let's start with root x. Let's take t equals to root x, and the differentiation of this dt by dx will be 1 by twice of under root x. That means we need dx also, and we have to replace wherever it is x by t. So dt by dx will be 1 by 2 under root type x. I am replacing as t now. So the dx will be something like this. It will be 2t dt. So the integration will become something like this. Sine cube under root x. So sine cube under root x will be t, sine cube t. And in place of dx, we will write 2t dt. So 2 I am taking outside, t here and dt here. Now still we cannot proceed with the integration because we still have this sine cube t. Even in the differentiation or the integration, we will have some problem here. So we will make it more simpler by using the formula. What is the formula here? See, the formula of sine 3a is equal to 3 sine a minus 4 sine cube a. From here we'll get sine cube t. So we need to just adjust this formula so that we can get sine cube a out of it, which we will put in place of sine cube t. So I'm just rearranging, taking sine cube a on one side. So sine 3a, 3 sine a minus sine 3a will be equal to sine cube a. We have a 4 also, so we will write it as 1 by 4. So this will be 1 by 4 is already there, 2 is there, 2 into 1 by 4 will form 1 by 2. So we'll deal with this half in the later part. Now I'm writing the sine cube t as 3 sine t minus sine 3t from this formula which I just indicated. 1 by 2 we'll deal later. So t into 3 sine t minus sine 3t here, and with a dt. Half is already there. So we will separate them out. It will form 3 is already there with this first term. So 3t sine t, 3 I am taking outside. So it will be t sine t. And the second term will be t sine 3t. Integration of this with respect to dt. So we have to deal with these two different integrations here. T sine t you already know. Same way we will deal with t sine t. So integration of t sine t I am doing. T I am applying the formula now. T integration of sine t minus integration of d by dt of t, and then integration of sine t in terms of dt, and whatever result will come, we will integrate it again. So t, what is the sine t differentiation? It is negative cos t minus dt by t will be 1. Sine t again negative cos t. So inside integration it will be negative cos t integration. So I am taking this negative, making it positive. Cos t integration is sine t. Double integration will be done. And 3 is already there, so let's multiply everything with 3 here. And please remember, half is already there. We'll just take it after we complete the second part or the second integration. So this is t, integration of sine 3t minus integration of d by dt of t, then again integration of sine 3t with respect to dt, and all of this will be integrated with respect to dt. This will be t, everything will remain same, only one thing will change. Since we know sine t is minus cos 3t, 3 will also come in the denominator because 3t differentiation will result in 3. That has to be brought in the denominator. dt by t is t, sine 3t is negative cos 3t by 3. So I am taking this negative outside, making it positive. So cos 3t, because sine 3t was negative cos 3t by 3. Again cos 3t will be integrated. It will be cos sine 3t, but 3t will again be differentiated, and that 3 will also come downstairs. So 3 into 3 will be 9. Both will have some constant of integration. We'll combine them in a final constant of integration. Half is already there, so just multiply everything by half now. So the 3 2s are 6, 9 2s are 18 it will form. So we have dealt with all the constants now, and we have to subtract these two separate integration which I showed you. So a is this one, b is this one. We have to perform a minus b. This is 2 actually. So minus 3 by 2. Now same time I am replacing this t by under root x, which has to be final change. So negative 3 by 2 under root x cos under root x plus 3 by 2 sine again under root x. Now subtracting these two terms, and this will be, because I have already changed the sign, so it will be root x cos 3 under root x divided by 6, and since we change the sign, positive has become negative, so minus sine 3t 3 under root x divided by 18 plus the constant of integration, and this is your final result of the integration. Now this is how we are going to go about it, and we showed you by dividing these two terms, but this way you have to do everything in a combined way. X sine cube x dx, we have just completed the questions which involves the sine cube x formula. So this sine 3a will be equal to 3 sine a minus 4 sine cube a. Now sine cube x is there, so let me replace everything by x because we are dealing with that only. From here sine cube x will be what? It will be 3 sine x minus sine 3x divided by 4. So I am writing this and taking this 4 outside, and this is the final replacement content which we have to put there in the integration. So it is x. In place of sine cube x, we are writing 1 by 4. So 1 by 4 I am taking outside. I always deal with the constant later, but not for you. You have to deal it right now. X 3 sine x minus sine 3x, and with respect to dx. 1 by 4 I am taking it somewhere else and we'll recall it later on. But we are getting two terms here. X into 3 sin x, so 3 I am taking outside, x sin x have to be integrated, and then sin x sin 3x has to be integrated separately. Now this question is exactly similar to the previous question we have done. Do you want me to do it, or you can do it by yourself, because it's just the 53rd question of the previous question, because the question may vary in different editions. So just match it. I am writing the final result, negative 3x cos x by 4. We have already dealt with this 1 by 4, and I am writing the final result here. Negative 3x cos x by 4 plus 3 by 4 sin x plus x cos 3x divided by 12 and minus 1 by 36 sin 3x plus constant of integration. And those who are doing by themselves, they want a reference. This is the reference for them. They can take an idea from here in order to complete their solution. Now we have dealt with question which involves sine cube x. Now here we have cos cube root x. So first we have to deal with the root x, then we'll use the formula of cos cube theta or cos cube x. So we'll put t equals to under root x. dt by dx will be 1 by twice under root x. This root x will write again t. So this will form 2 dt equals to dx. This integration in terms of t will be formulated like this. So it will be cos cube under root x will be t, and in place of dx also we have to write something. It will be 2t dt. So 2 I am taking outside, t here, dt here. So ultimately you have to now integrate t cos cube t, similar to what we have integrated earlier, t sin cube t, same way. Now integrating cos cube t or differentiating cos cube t will be a problem, or not a problem, but it will be cumbersome. So let's use this formula, because we know that cos 3x equals to 4 cos cube x minus 3 cos x. We want cos cube x because that is what replacement needs. So this 4 cos cube x will be equal to cos 3x plus 3 cos x. We can take either of them first because they are going to get positive anyways. So cos 3x plus 3 cos x divided by 4. So just take it in the bracket, and this is 1 by 4. Now this will become like this. 2 I am taking outside because we'll deal it with later. I am just concentrating on integration of t cos cube t. See, 2 was already there, 1 by 4 has come from here. So let's deal it here only. 2 into 1 by 4 is 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 will deal later. The other things will become like this inside the integration t. If you place this x as t, this cos cube t will be cos 3t plus 3 cos t. Remember, we have already dealt with half and 2. So that is 2 and 1 by 4, but it just become half. So now I am separating these two terms, integration of t cos 3t plus 3 I am taking outside, t cos t. And these two separate terms I will be taking and integrating and adding them later on. So this let's call as a, this let's call as b. This a will be a equals, I'm just taking it by myself. You want to take it, otherwise it doesn't matter. T cos t, we are dealing with a 3. Let's apply the formula. t integration of cos t minus integration of d by dt of t integration of cos t, and the whole result will be dt. So it will be t, cos t will be sin t, minus d by dt is t is 1, cos t will be sin t. Then again it has to be integrated. It will be negative cos t. So I'm making it positive, writing it as cos t plus a constant of integration, of course. There is a 3, so let's multiply 3. So our a is done. Only half has to be multiplied. That we'll do just now or later on. So 3t sin t plus 3 cos t, and half is there. So let's do it here only. 3 by 2 and here 3 by 2 again. So this will be t sin t, and in place of t I'm writing root x now. In place of sin t I'm writing sin root x. It's not sin root x, it's sin root t, it's sin root x. And then plus 3 by 2 cos root x plus constant of integration. This a is done completely. Now doing the b part, which is the b term which I indicated, the same thing will come, only every time 3 will come in the denominator. That is, b will be equal to integration of t cos t. I'm applying the formula now. You already know what b is. So t will come outside, integration of cos 3t here minus integration of d by dt of t, and then integration of cos 3t, and the result will be in terms of dt. So this will be t, cos t will be sin 3t divided by t, because you have to differentiate 3t and that has to be put in the denominator. D by dt of t will be 1, cos 3t will give you sin 3t by 3, which we have already done just now, and then again integration will be done. Sin 3t will be negative cos 3t divided by 3. So it will be negative this cos 3t divided by 3, so it will be 9 plus constant of integration and multiply by half. So 3 to the 6, 9 to the 18 here. Now we'll replace this t by under root x and write the final b. So it will be root x sin 3 root x divided by 6 plus cos into 3, and t will be under root x divided by 18. And this constant of integration will be combined. Both of them we are going to combine, because I am writing the first term, the second term will be added again, because we have already done that. If you remember, a was already complete. So I am writing it just now, 3 by 2 under root x sin root x plus 3 by 2 cos root x plus constant of integration, that will be combined for the last one. That's your final answer. This is the final integration. So this is your reference, and this is very important. The formula to be known. If you are aware of the formula, this question will be easy for you. X cos cube x. This we will deal later. So thank you so much. Have a good one.